Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a roundup of the news. Not that there is that much of it this week, not like a couple of other weeks. As I'm sure you're all well aware, the floods are back. Definitely back, and I expect you thought my video today would be footage of how the floods are now. Well, I don't think I can actually film any more floods. I've just totally had enough. Everywhere you go, there's water. Just when it was going down, it's back. And it's horrendous again. So, no, I just physically cannot film any more flooding. So, I'm at Barton Turf. It's very peaceful, very pretty. And as you'll see in a little while, there's a beautiful jay hopping about. You're going to see this video on Christmas Eve, but I'm actually recording it on Saturday. So lots of preparations in our house for the next few days ahead. So any noise you hear in the background is the in-house cleaners while I'm up here out of the way making my video for you. Priorities. We'll start in Great Yarmouth, where the building of a new 25 million offshore energy campus has started. The piling work has begun on the South Denes Peninsula. That's the far end of Great Yarmouth seafront, down where the outer harbour and Peel ports are. A national building firm called Tilbury Douglas is in charge of the new development, which is thought to take about a year to create. Staying in Great Yarmouth and still on the seafront, the Royal Hotel has sold. It had a guide price for 1.2 million. Victorian royalty used to stay there as they enjoyed its central spot along the Golden Mile. Queen Victoria's eldest son, Henry VII, used to take Lillie Langtry there. His royal crest is still on top of the hotel today. It's Upton next to the White Horse Community Pub. I told you recently how with increasing debts, it was feared that they might have to shut for good. But with the change of directors and a new chairman, it's hoped its fortunes can be turned around. So I'll keep an eye on that story for you and bring you more when I hear. The coastal erosion along the east coast from Haysborough and Hemsby to Pakefield made it into Parliament this week. Ministers were asked to take more notice of what is happening along the coast and to make more money available to protect the shoreline. The speed of the erosion is happening far faster than anyone expected. This is going to be another one of those stories that just goes on and on and on. So from time to time, when more news comes out, I'll let you know. The Environment Agency issued flood alerts ahead of the storm. It certainly battered the area for a good 48 hours. Extensive floods are widespread over the Broads, affecting once again businesses and riverside properties. Salhouse Broad had to close due to the high winds. Reedham Ferry had to close. So many places were affected. Those of you who follow my Facebook page for this YouTube channel will have seen all the photos I've been sharing of the floods. Storm also brought lots of power cuts to the area. So this latest tidal surge has caused extensive flooding, as I've already said. And I saw online this morning, people are asking, with the salt surge, to report any dead fish they see. So that's worrying. And I haven't seen it myself, but I understand that the saline barrier is once again raised at Potter Hine Basin. But feel free to correct me on that. Greater Anglia had to cancel trains due to the flooding just as the Christmas rush begins. That was the Norwich to Lowestoft service that was affected. Haddiscoe Station also had to shut. And if you don't know where that is, that's right beside St Olives. Do you remember about the blue tongue virus? I told you about recently, which is in a village next to Cantley. Well, there was a 10-kilometre control zone set up around that farm, and 3 more cases have been discovered at other places, other locations. Not good. While I'm making this, I thought I'll just have a little flick through, all the different stories online and just see if there's any new photos in. So there's extensive flooding in Wroxham and Houghton, and the Hotel Wroxham looks like it's on its own island. It's just totally surrounded by water. The new inn at Horning has had to shut. Strumpshaw Fen Reserve is closed due to severe floods. Coldham Hall at Surlingham, that's shut. Brundall's got several marinas closed due to its extensive flooding. And Bramerton just resembles the marshes, how they were at Potter Heigham at the height of the floods there. This is definitely far worse this time, this tidal surge. And the locked-in tides, far worse than when it first started about 3 months ago. That's how long it's been going on, 3 months. So, do have a look on Facebook. All the photographs are there for you to see if you haven't already seen them. With it being Christmas, all these places would usually be open, wouldn't they? Restaurants, pubs, the hotel. Well, I think the hotel still is open. Think of the amount of money they're going to be losing. So sad, it really is. For everybody affected by the floods. I just feel so sorry for them. For anybody travelling here over Christmas, don't panic. You can still get here. Just stay away from the rivers. That's all you've got to do. And, all the roads are open. I'd actually filmed this footage. I know it's just in a fixed position the whole time, apart from the J. This was going to be a different video. As it's Christmas Eve, I was actually going to show you the lights around all the villages and the boatyards. But of course, with all the floods, I've stayed away, really. Luckily, I did film a couple of places before the flooding, but, it doesn't look good. If I'm spotted out where all the flooding is, it doesn't look good, does it? So I've stayed away, basically. I will go and look. I'll look next week and see how it is. But to be out in the storm, at the height of the storm, where everywhere is flooded and you can't see where the river is and where the land is, I don't think that would be good. To be seen anywhere, really, filming in such conditions. So I've stayed in. So I hope you don't mind that I'm not actually showing you the floods. I will next week, because there'll still be water around. It won't suddenly go overnight. It'll still be about. So that's what I'll show you next week. So I'm now going to show you the lights that I did manage to film. See, I just thought I would go out one evening, drive around everywhere and show you. Thank goodness I did do a couple of places earlier. Here you are. So, starting with Richardson's at Stalham, this is their display. It's just starting to be windy, so there I was having to fight my camera to try and turn around and show you, fighting against the wind. And then on to Herbert Woods at Potter Heigham. They've got a boat decorated, and then their balcony as well has some decorations on it. All looking very festive. See the wind making me move then again with my camera. This is the tree in Martham. I think some of its lights have fallen down on the left-hand side about halfway down, look. It's rather bare there. And then just some properties in different villages, because this was all I had prior to the storm. And it isn't great. I don't mean the lights aren't great. I just mean it's not, Last year I had a lovely display of lights. You may remember I went to Ludham to see them there. This light display is for charity. The Moore family do this every year. And for some unknown reason, lights always look far better in person than on camera, don't they? You never really quite get it all, or the atmosphere of it on camera. I used my iPhone in the car to film from a holder on my dashboard, and this house was definitely the best one I've seen in the area. This is in Filby, but my iPhone just doesn't pick it up. Obviously I have different settings on my other phone, specifically for lights. Filby was beautiful this year, I have to say. And one evening in Great Yarmouth, we were parked here while we just went and did some Christmas shopping, and you can just make out now, look, there's a car there. Its headlights change through different colours: red, green, blue. So I thought that was quite amusing. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. I'll be thinking of you all. Take care. And I will be out again filming next week. I'm not sure when or how, but after this is all the footage I have. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you all. Bye.